Hey everybody, this is Melina from ScrapbookingwithME.com and me, Crafty Scrapper, here on YouTube and Instagram. Today I wanted to share with you something I have been wanting to do for a long time, and that is make scrap paper ruffles. And so I went over to whom I think is the expert in all things scrappy and journal related, to Miss Natasha at Treasure Books, and lo and behold, she had a ribbon video. So I have followed her ribbon video, and I have made all kinds of little ruffles. Sorry, I keep calling it ribbon. It is like ribbon. I have all kinds of little ruffle strips made out of just scrap papers. And it's just strips of scraps. So that is what I'm going to show you today, and I'm going to show you how I will use them also. The easiest way to use these, as you can probably guess, I've got this little little box that something came in, and I thought that would look really good, keeping it in there. The easiest way to use these, as you could probably guess, is as a border, a page border. So if you were to have, let me get a journal here. If you were to have a page, say, like so, and you just put it on the edge of the page like that, you could leave it out just a little bit as like it's showing outside the book. You can use it as, cut it off and use it as a belly band in the middle like that, and just glue at the top and bottom. Or you can glue 3 ways on this, putting it on the edge like this and have it as a tuck. Or you can cut these in pieces and use them on other things. So I'm going to show you those things. And then if you have some of it that has just messed up and you missed a stitch or something, I am just going to go in there with some liquid glue on mine and get it stuck down in there a little better, if my liquid glue will cooperate. I say that pretty much every video, because my liquid glue does not like to cooperate with me. Okay, I put that like that, and then I'm going to roll this one back up. You can also, you don't even have to make it long ribbon-like. You can just get your little strips of scrap and do them like this. So that is some Tim Holtz paper cardstock, and then another piece of scrap cardstock that I had, and I just sewed down the middle, and then give it a little bit of contrast and ink the edges. And that could be a cute little, you could make it a pocket on the bottom of a page. Just glue the 3 sides, or put gussets on the back if you wanted to. Make it a pocket. You could just have it as an embellishment. You can add this to a tag if you wanted to. Same thing with this one. I'm going to ink the edges of it. So this is like, had I made a big long ruffle ribbon of this and then cut this off. So that's what we're looking at when it gets cut, and you can add it wherever. I am going to go over to the sewing machine. I'm going to try my best to set up my phone over there on a tripod, and I don't know that I will be able to talk while I'm sewing, because I'm not the best at the sewing machine, but I will try my best and show you the way that I get these ribbons or ruffles going, and show you how I fold over and how I join the next one to make it this long ruffle. And anyway, I will try my best to talk while I'm over there. You can use coffee dyed paper as your background. You can use cardstock, regular scrapbook paper as your background. And then I just cut some little skinnier pieces for the top. So this one has the cardstock as the wider piece with some ink dyed paper skinnier on top. This one has coffee dyed and ink dyed papers as my background, and scrapbook paper as the top that's going to go in the middle. It just gives it a really good contrast when you have something in the middle of the ribbon, the ruffle, whatever. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to go over to the sewing machine with these. I'm going to set up my tripod and try to get you in on the action at the sewing machine. I've never taken you to the sewing machine, and I cannot bring my sewing machine to this desk. So we're going to see how this works. Okay, here you are at my sewing machine. What do you think? It's the first time you've ever been over here. It is right by a window also, so we have some really good light over here. I just hope that y'all are able to see this well. Okay, so I am just laying down my coffee dyed paper and then my scrapbook paper on top of it, the thinner piece on top, and I have it on a straight stitch. So I'm going to run the sewing machine just about an inch, and then I'm going to back stitch just so that I have that straight stitch. Then I'm going to switch this to my zigzag stitch, which is a number 4 on mine. I have a Brother sewing machine. It's actually the Project Runway limited edition Brother sewing machine, but anyways, it's the number 4 is the zigzag stitch. Okay, so then all I'm going to do is pinch and fold, and then I'm going to sew across that, and just as it catches that fold, I'm going to pinch and fold again. I'm just putting that fold up underneath the foot. Okay, and then running it just until it catches that fold, and then I'm going to pinch and fold again. And that's all we're doing, guys. So the next step will be when you get to the end of this and you need to join paper. Okay, so I've ran out of my scrapbook paper first. All I'm going to do is tuck another piece up under that, and I'm going to fold over and run it across. That's all I'm doing. Just tucking under, folding over, running across. Okay, now I'm down to running out of the coffee dyed paper or ink dyed paper or whatever we're using. I'm going to get one of these thinner ones. This was actually notebook paper. And I'm just going to tuck it up underneath there. I'm going to run it just a touch to get it caught under the foot real good. And then I'm going to pinch and fold over and kind of hide that join. Okay? And then pinch and fold over. And if your top piece starts getting where it's not in the middle, don't worry about it. That's why you're running a zigzag stitch, so that you can catch it each time it goes across. And even if it's not in the very middle, you can still catch it pretty good with a zigzag stitch, with a wide zigzag stitch, I will say. Say zigzag a couple of times. Y'all entertain me. Just tell me in the comments that you said zigzag at least 5 times. Okay, folding over, joining that scrapbook paper in the middle, and just pinching, folding over, pinching, folding over. Okay. I am going to add me some base paper to the back. I don't care that it is a little bit wider than what I'm using. it's scraps after all. Okay, I've run out of that scrapbook paper, so I'm putting that back there. Now I'm using the same kind of scrapbook paper, the same pattern. You don't have to on any of the rolls. You can change it up as much as you want and just have a smorgasbord of Ruffle if you want to. Don't have to use the same kind. And if you see that your middle is going astray a little bit off the side, when you do that pinch and fold, you can manipulate that paper cardstock any way you would like. And don't worry about if it is not perfectly straight on the edges, because as Natasha said in her video, I like it when it's just a little bit off kilter. It just looks more homemade, and I mean, I just like it better that way. If it was perfectly straight, it would look like you had bought this somewhere, and I'm not into all that. I'm into it looking homemade. So I'm just gonna pinch and fold over and pinch and fold over. All right, I think you've got the gist of this. So I'm going to finish this one up. I am going to pull up my foot and put that a little bit straighter since I am going off. As we say in Alabama, I'm getting a little whomper-jawed. Well, whatever that means, I have really no clue. But anyway, y'all got the gist of this. I'm going to try my best to finish all of this out if I've got enough thread in the sewing machine. I've dropped a piece in the floor. But I'm going to try to finish the rest of this out, and then I will meet you back at the craft desk and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, it was so pretty over here by the window that I decided to stay. We've got a little bit of a sun glint right there, but thought I would stay over here and just show you this by the beautiful window. And excuse my unpainted fingernails, dry unpainted fingernails. Isn't that pretty? So that's the one we just finished, and I just love it. It turned out so good. I love that. All right, now let's go back to the craft desk. And here are a few other things that you can make with them. Use these ruffles with. I put down some doily, and then I cut one of the ruffles and put down some bling, and I put a little topper on my tag and a little love word sticker. This one is a belly band on a tag. So there's the tag itself, and I use my little slot punch. The company I got mine from does not make that slot punch anymore, but I do have a slot punch linked in my Amazon storefront in the description box below. These tickets are also listed in my Amazon storefront. That link is in the description box below. So there's the little belly band that I just very simple tag there. And then this one has some more of that same doily on it. I stapled on some material that I have dyed, and it's just in one of my drawers. So I stapled on that material there at the top of that, and I put the little ruffle on the bottom of that tag. I thought that was very cute with the ruffle sticking off the bottom. And then I put the thread that was at the end of that ruffle strip back behind that little butterfly die cut. So I have me 3 more tags to put in my ephemera box, and I have plenty of scrap paper ruffle strips left over to make more things with it. Now, if I wanted to get my journal out, this is just a little signature I've been adding things to. Lots of my scrap busters are in this. And if I had one of these ruffles that I wanted to add on to this page, I would just lay it out like I would want it. And if I wanted it stuck out just a little bit so when you close the journal you can see it, I would put it down on that edge. And I'm putting mine down with 1/4 inch score tape. This is like a generic double-sided tape, but if you have score tape, that's what I put mine down on these tags with score tape. It's just, it's a little thicker, and when you use liquid glue, you have to sit there and hold it and hold it and hold it, and I'm not patient. So I put it on with double-sided tape. So if you wanted to put it on that way, if you wanted to put it in the middle of your page, kind of decorate or stencil on your page, and then put it in the middle, and then put score tape at the top and the bottom, and use it as a belly band. I think that's the cutest way to use it in your journal, is to use it as a belly band. That alarm going off, that's my oven telling me that my cornbread's done. I put it on a timer because I knew I would get in here in this scrapbook room or craft room and I would forget about my cornbread, and I didn't want it to burn. So I set me a kitchen timer. I'm good like that whenever I'm multitasking, because I have about 4 things going on at the same time right now. Anyway, I think that is like the most gorgeous way to use these ruffles in your journals, is to use them as a belly band. That's just beautiful. I love that. Or you could, of course, just cut off a piece or use one of these little smaller ones and just have it as an accent on the side. Look how good that middle color goes with my cover that I have on this signature. I love that. That's very pretty. So this one may make it into this journal, and if you wanted to put it toward the bottom and just kind of put your adhesive around the 3 sides, and you could have a little shallow pocket right there. Or if you made 2 different pockets on your page, and you could add this as a little shallow pocket on the outside of your pocket that you put on there. That's a very cute idea. I think I'll do that. But anyway, that is just a few ways of how I use these scrap paper ruffle strips, and I hope that you try these out. And thank you so much, Natasha at Treasure Books, for showing me how to do it so that I could share it with my viewers. And I will also, of course, link Natasha's video in my description box below. If you are having trouble getting into the description box, you either have a little down arrow right here below the video that you need to click, or if you're on desktop, laptop, things like that, you're going to see wording down below this video that says see more. You just click those words and my entire description box expands out for you, and you'll see all my links down there. And y'all visit my Amazon storefront and get you some of those tickets and get you a slot punch. I got that on that one too. Yeah, get you a slot punch. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. God bless. Bye, y'all.